I got a little rest last week, but man, November 2023 is some crazy. I never been in such a rush down situation since what? November 2019. November 16th, 2019, this Saturday, when me and my mom and sister moved into the apartment. So I keep track of the dates in my mind. Yeah, I keep track of the dates. I know when I was living in the shelter, that was April 11, 2018. I know when I got out the shelter with my mom and my sister. And man, to keep up with my grades, like my GPA right now is 38. 3.8. That's my GPA, so it's an A. Keep going. And this thing has gone crazy. Holy snacks. I feel like I was losing my mind. I'm doing research papers back to back, 10 pages research papers, 6 pages research papers. I have 50 question exam here. I have another exam here in person. I have a lab report here. Since I'm a psychology college student, I had to spend hours and hours reading these texts and incorporating what I've learned from these texts into my lab report. And I had to learn about the ANOVA. It's crazy. I'm going to college. I'm studying psychology to become a psychologist. So that means I have to go to grad school, and I have to spend years and years and years going to school. It's crazy, man. It's too much work, and especially with my living conditions being unstable. When I was in an apartment, I could sit down and concentrate. But as soon as my attorney said, "Hey, you gotta, find a place," that was what? That was August 2023. So I had to go to, I had to go to the clinic to get surgery in my left testicle. Keep tripping. So August 22nd, 2023. I had to go to some sort of clinic in Long Island to get surgery in my left testicle. I did that. I used that as well. My attorney, he said, "Hey, you could use that as a way to get an extension, so you can get more time, and so you can rest." I'm not getting no rest. Oh crap! Hold on, I gotta concentrate. And now I'm at Walmart. I'm going to Burlington to pick up my Amazon package because I have I have to pick up a textbook from my college. I start college the 25th of January. I have 7 classes left. I'm working extremely hard. It's a ridiculous situation. But anyway, the attorney said to me, "Hey, you can use this. You can use your surgery as a way to extend your time. Maybe they'll give you a couple of months." So my mom passed away January 29, 2022. That's a Saturday at 8:45 p.m. And I was the first person. The first person that I warned that my mom was gonna die was my mom herself. That was back when he was living in Kissimmee, Florida, back in 2017. And she kept telling me, "Oh, you just want me to die. You just want me to die. I'm not gonna die." Oh, because you got some dream. I told her that coming to New York City would be the worst place you would ever think of in your whole entire life. You would not like it, until what? January 4, 2020. So I keep track of the dates in my mind. January 4, 2022 was a Tuesday. That was the same day I started my class for food and culture course. And I spoke to her after I was done with my class. She called me at 7:50 p.m. and she said to me exactly the same words that she said back in June 20th, 2021, when we was going to the mall. This is the mall we were supposed to be going to. This is Green Acres Mall on Island, because we was gonna head to this Walmart. And that was a day I said, "Hey, I'm hungry. You should go outside for some food." And it was a rainy day. And she told me, "Get your umbrella. It's raining." But I said, "No, it's not raining." And I had to go back to the apartment to get my umbrella. She gave me the keys. I came back. My mom, I was telling my mom, "Hey, well, I couldn't find my umbrella. Where did you put the umbrella?" And then she, changed up the subject of the conversation. It went from umbrella to talking about me, and that I'm gonna have all of my personal belongings on the streets, and she's gonna die soon. How the heck would you know that? And then a few days after my mom, so I have a concept for it. I call it a cryptic message. It's a cipher. It's a specific message that is directed to me. So when my mom is saying these words to me, she's doing it without being self-aware. Because I said that the artificial mind, every human being on this planet have artificial mind, which means that the artificial intelligence spends 8 hours. When you're asleep, it spends 8 hours designing your mind. And it spends 8 hours, and my mind too is artificial. There's some of my mind is artificial, but more of it is real. And the mind that I guess my mom is depressed. She's not making enough money. She said that she's going to retire December 2021. I was too busy with my school. I know I had this, it was a lot going on. There's a car. It was a lot going on. But a few days after my mom had mentioned about the umbrella and that I'm gonna have all of my personal belongings on the streets and she's gonna die, a few days later, my sister just happened to just walk in after my mom. My mom was probably checking the mail, and my sister just walks in the apartment, and she said, "Mom, only have a few months to live." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It was around late June going into early July of 2021. So I asked her again, "What are you talking about?" She walks in her room. She closes the door. And then she comes out. I asked her one more time, "What do you mean? What are you talking about?" She goes straight into her room. And I'm asking my mom, "What is Christina's talking about?" She said that you only have a few months to live. She said, "I don't know what's going on with Chrissy," because that's a slang. My mom, you have a slang, a nickname for my sister. "I don't know what's going on with Chrissy. She's been acting crazy all day." My mom couldn't explain why my sister said that, response. I was asking my mom, what's going on? Did you go to the doctor? How would you know? And then when my mom passed away on January 29, 2022, that's a Saturday, I asked my sister, "How did you know that our mother's gonna, pass away in a few months? How did you know that?" And that means it happens to other people, right? Because my mom passed away because she contracted COVID, but she really goes outside. And the worst part about it is that I had to live, I had to be guilty of, I had to live with guilt for the rest of my life because my mom is saying that I gave her chewing gum. December 12, 2021 was Sunday? Me and my mom and sister, we went outside to Westbury, so that's a different part of Long Island. Right now I'm in Green Acres, but that's way, way out, far away. And I'm asking my sister, what is going on? What do you mean? Why did you say that to me that day? She said, "Mom was acting crazy," and that's what my mom said about my sister. Late June 2021. Chrissy's acting crazy. So what? Yeah, you both acting crazy. So what is going on? There's a lot going on here. And since my mom passed away, and also my sister just moved out of nowhere, you know what? I did some calculation on the numbers. What is going on here? What the heck? Something. I'm going to Burlington, so I had to go up these escalator. So I asked myself, something isn't right. So when my sister left, it was February 19, 2022. That was a Saturday. my mom's funeral was on the 18th. And you know what? There's something that corresponds with my mom's funeral. And the same people who had a funeral for my cousin, Jose, that was back in what? April 17, 2018. It corresponds. Those are the same people the same family members who set up my mom's funeral is the same family members who set up my cousin's funeral. And that was April 17, 2018. And my mom's funeral was what? February 18, 2009. No, February 18, 2022. And I had a whole bunch of research papers. I had to do 14 pages of research papers. And the worst part about it is none of my family members, not even my father, they never called me on the phone and said, "Hey, Andrew, your mom's funeral is going to be in Valley Stream." This is Valley Stream. This is Valley Stream here, Long Island. And when I read her death certificate, it said Valley Stream. And my cousin Junie, she's in her early 70s. She lives in Valley Stream. This is where she lives here. What's going on? Someone sent me a text on TikTok. Yeah. She lives in Valley Stream, but yeah, there's too many coincidences happening. And I didn't have the time. I don't have the mind to sit down and concentrate on everything happening, all right? I'm such a busy college student, and you can see, if you look up my YouTube, I had uploaded my grades. You can see I'm busy. I get A's. I spend hours and hours doing my schoolwork. I'm sitting in front of the computer reading books for hours. I don't even have time for myself. It's crazy. It is that crazy. But yeah, I want to speak about what happened. November 2023. So all of a sudden, everybody just starts contacting me. My father, the attorney, "Oh, you better move out. You better find a place." So I had mentioned back in August, right, that I had a surgery. And my first attorney from what? September 16 or 17 of 2022, she said to me, she's the same one that said that I'm autistic, but that was the family member. That was Junie that's saying that I have some sort of cognitive impairment, and I don't have that. But that's the AI. It's it's actually labeling me as having some sort, maybe because of my intelligence. And I know people on the internet that would tell me, "Oh, because you're extremely intelligent, and the AI fears, the program fears my intelligence, and it makes these distractions." Like, I don't have time for myself. I don't even have time, to concentrate on my living conditions. Now I have the time to do it. But the problem here is my living conditions is still unstable because I live in a room right now. I don't live in an apartment. And I can't do the things I want. Like, I can't sit in front of the computer doing recordings or going on the internet and talking to people. It's, my time with my living conditions is limited. I can't do the things like I did when I was in an apartment. The AI limits me. It limits my ability to sit down and do what I need to do. So sometimes I would come to the mall. So I could come to the mall every maybe a week or two. But the problem is I still have school. And my school is during the evening time going on to the nighttime. So, there will be times where I'll be on the internet, but it's not going to be like that. It's crazy. It's hard. Who is this? Turned out to be a difficult. This program makes my life difficult. And I'm telling you, extremely difficult. I can't even sleep without thinking about what's going to happen to me in the future. Oh, if when I finish school, would I be able to have a job? When I finish school, would I be able to move out the room that I'm living in? My last day of school is in August 2024. What's going to happen to me? And the job market. For me, beside the job market, I've been applying for jobs since what? June 2012, and I have not been successful. How is it that society tells people in order for you to get a job, you must, apply yourself? You must either speak to the manager, you must either apply online, or like me, I go seek a professional. I go to a job agency, a temp agency, and I speak to people, and they themselves can't even help me. They said that I'm better off going to trade school or college, so that's what I did. I went to college, but it may not be enough because I'm studying psychology and you need to go to grad school. I need to spend years and years in school. It's crazy, and I'm 31 years old, and I've been going to school since age 26. Like the program derailed me because I was supposed to go to college as soon as I graduated high school, June 2012. And to know that to know that I've been applying for jobs for such a long time and nothing's working, and it works for other people, it really tells me like, what's so special about me? I'm just a regular person. Why is it that everyone else can have income and receive interaction, but I'm not allowed to receive interaction? I'm not even allowed to have any income. That's crazy. I was self-employed for how many years? 5 years, but I had my websites. People got jealous of my website. I just had a freebie website. Talks about video games like PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, and gift cards. And I was making $1,200 per week. It was going up. But yeah, the program sabotaged that as soon as I started talking about what I talked about, like how I talk about humanity and the way people behave. But yeah, I noticed that there is anomalies happening, and I talk about them. Like for example, my father, he said he was gonna go outside with me in November. The Thanksgiving, I had Thanksgiving break off, but the problem here for me is that I had a research paper, 10 pages. So my research paper was about homelessness. That there's me and my professor, we was talking about homelessness and that is an epidemic, and there's homeless people living on the streets in California, Florida, it's everywhere. But California, New York, and Florida, those are the worst places. There's a lot going on, and I'm just talking about it. I did 10 pages, talk about how there's solutions. What can the governments do? I break them down. I also talk about there's sociologists that have different perspective. So I talk about their perspective, the functionalist perspective, and I apply what I've learned from the textbook. And then all of a sudden, my father's calling me on the phone, and he's telling me, "Oh, you act like he's talking in broken English, like robot. He speaks like a robot, doesn't speak like himself. You act like a mute." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I'm sitting here fighting, trying to figure out how to, complete my research paper, and he's telling me I act like a mute. I act like a mute. So I'm getting distracted by my father, and he continues to keep, pressuring me. You act like a mute. And then he mentioned about me, what if they kick you out? He's talking about the landlords and the court. They're going to come and kick me out and throw me in the streets. He would tell me to fuck the school. That's how he speaks to me. What kind of father speaks to your son? Me and my father reunited, February 1st, 2022. So that's a Tuesday. Me and him reunited. The last time I saw my father was August 2012. That's a long time. And he speaks to me like he doesn't respect me. He's just, he disrespects. He's not respecting me at all. He disrespects me. And this is what I was talking about with my subscriber here, that the people don't respect me. Like Mr. Jacob Humphreys, when I was living in a shelter, he's telling me at the time, I was 26 years old, he's asking me if I know how to take the transportation by myself. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's saying if I know how to take the transportation by myself. And then he's asking me if I know how to find places on my own. Like he's speaking to a kid. And I've been traveling by myself since I was 12 years old, taking transportation. I even, walked to this mall back in 2004 or 5. Back in 2005, I walked to this mall by myself without even taking the bus. I even knew all the routes in my mind because, I had access to the internet when I was in the library back at that time. And I'm being told by a 45-year-old man who works at the shelter, he's a job specialist, that if I know how to take the transportation by myself. So the way my father speaks reminds me of Mr. Jacob Humphreys. They have like-minded, they speak like, so someone would, tell me a hive mind. They would say that the AI is making people communicate with me like that, talk down to me. And I shouldn't tolerate such a thing like this. This is absurd. Why is it that my father speaks to me like Mr. Jacob Humphreys? And I remember what back in summer 2022, my father said if you want to oh, you need someone to come with you to the ENT doctor. He speaks like Mr. Jacob Humphreys. Like, for example, was it last week? I told him about my roommate. I said that my roommate is female. She's a female, and he said, "Don't be talking about don't be talking about your business with with anyone there, because the family, right, is yapping their mouth about me, even though I'm a quiet person. I haven't seen my mom's father's side of the family since I was 7 years old, and my mom's mother's side of the family, I haven't seen them since I was since I was 17 years old, and they reunited with me. My mom's father's side of the family reunited with me the same time as my father, February 1st, 2022, and that's a Tuesday. And then my mom's mother's side of the family reunited with me on April 5th, 2022. That's also a Tuesday. And I noticed that these dates correspond with one another. Just like when we move, just like every time I move, it's always on a Saturday. But then again, someone would say, oh, because you had a day off, or it corresponds. Like when I ended up getting kicked out of my aunt's house back in August 27, 2011, that was a Saturday. And that was during the time on my summer break. I ended up getting, swatted by over 15 or how many cops? 15 NYPD officers. They swatted my aunt's house, and they were behaving weird. Like I legit, no doubt about what I just saw at that time. I witnessed my mom, witnessed my cousins, I witnessed my sister like making a path for me to walk out, and they're all looking down at me like there's something wrong with my behavior. So you're gonna try to turn, the way they behave is like they're turning against me. But the problem here is I have heart problems, and I wasn't able to get my rest. And my cousin, he's autistic, and my mom is saying my cousin Isaac is autistic and his mother's autistic. But yet they call the cops on me saying I have a knife, and I don't even have a knife. I have no idea what's going on because, first of all, I just woke up. Second of all, my cousin and my sister, they were both going at it with one another. So what the hell is going on? Why is it that I'm, sitting on my aunt's couch, being lectured by 12 cops, telling me, they're gonna lock me up, and that was the time I was, about to be a senior. I actually start my senior year of high school, and I'm being mistreated by my family and also strangers, such as the cops. So all these unusual events occurs, just keep occurring for me, and I just wonder what's going on. Why is this happening to me? And when I explain it online to people, they call me a conspiracy theorist. And I'm not. That's not a conspiracy. That's not a conspiracy. That's actually my experience. It's like they're forcing me to deny what I had experienced, so other people wouldn't learn from it. And when I have the time and place to articulate what I was talking about, the people will come online at the right time and remove the context from what I said, so they can actually confuse people. So there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. But yeah, I've been bullied by this program for a long time. I've endured it since I was a child. To school, I ended up getting left back 2 times in school. I ended up not being able to sit down in class. I had to go to the dean's office and just sit there, not even doing my schoolwork. I had to repeat the first grade all over again, and also second grade all over again because of my classmates' behaviors. And to know that I still experience this behavior at age 31 is ridiculous. I can't have a place where I can sit down and rest. Now I'm at the apartment, but I have a room, but I'm not satisfied. The reason why is because I don't have my own space. I have to live with people, and I work so hard. I go to school every single day, study every single day. I've been applying for jobs every single day, and I can't get anything. It's like nothing works. So I question myself, and I say, what's the purpose? Yeah, what's so special about me? Why is it that everyone else could get a job, but I can't? And I do exactly what people do. I apply for a job just like everybody else, just like any human being on this planet, and nothing works. And they said if that doesn't work, go see a professional. I see different professionals to the point that one ghosts me. They even ghost me, and they reply to me, and my case manager in the shelter, she's like looking at me and she said, "Did they call you?" She said they should call you in 3 or 5 business days. I said, "No one called me." So she's staring at me and I'm staring at her and I'm saying to her, they never called me. And she just, look at me like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, probably she thinks I'm lying. Maybe she thinks I don't want to work, because she got proof that I do apply for jobs, because I give her copies of jobs that I applied for, like tons, and she would tell me, stop giving me all these copies, just give me some. I show proof because I'm a legitimate person. I have no time to play. But yeah, I guess I'm a threat to this civilization. They feel that if I have any interaction with people, or if I had any partner, it would cause a great threat. It would pose as a great threat. They feel that the program and the managers, the managers that actually keeps track of the machines, they feel threatened by me. So they'll do anything to keep me in the same category, and make me look like I'm contradicting myself, and make it look like I'm doing it to myself. Gotta keep track of the time here. Oh, he doesn't want to work. So I know I go to rgangstalking.com, and I haven't. What's funny about this what's funny about Reddit? The last time I was on this website, I'm talking about before my mom passed away. It was on August 2000. That was August 2021. And then all of a sudden, I stopped logging on. I stopped going on there, and then this one person just sent me a message saying that they understood what I was talking about, and it's been months. I'm like, are you kidding me? They sent me a message January 2022. So I'm looking at this message, and this person's talked about social engineering, and he said, yeah, that program makes people pick on him, like the cops. They stop him and they don't stop the rest of the people that's passing by. And the scariest part about it is this message is deleted. I can't even find it. But anyway, I'm telling you, the whole November and December was a nightmare. I spent 2 weeks sick, not getting any rest. I'm spending hours and hours doing my research paper. I'm having a fever. I don't even know what to do. I'm saying to myself, maybe I should just don't do the research paper. Maybe I should just go to sleep. It's a mess. So you know what? I had a solution for that. Go to sleep for at least 2 hours. Wake up, complete the research paper, go back to sleep, and it worked. That was a good solution. And I did the same for my exam. Go to sleep for a few hours, wake up, study, go back to sleep, wake up, and study some more, and it worked. I was able to get a 93 on my exam. So I tried creating my own solutions. But yeah, I was pressured by this machine, man. The whole December 2023. What the hell? I think I experienced hell. I never felt so pressured. What the hell is going on? It's like everything's simultaneously happening at the same time at me, man. And I didn't get no break. Oh, my father's pressure. You better find a place. They're gonna throw your ass in the streets. And he's pinning everything on me. You're supposed to be my father, and you're supposed to be, helping me find a place. And, at least social support. Not making. And you know what he said to me on the phone? You figure it out in your head. What the hell? Figure everything. He said that to me. You figure everything out in your head. Damn, I must be an extremely intelligent individual to have someone speak to me this way, because it's not just him speaking that way, it's also other people. They have this. That's an attitude. You don't tell a person who's taken 16 credits worth of courses. You figure it out in your head. When I'm busy, the fact that this is happening to me is quite scary. That this is why people commit suicide. This is why people not only commit suicide. This is why people want to hurt people. I'm not going to even say the word, because I might end up getting a little. I might end up getting flagged on this YouTube channel. That's why people hurt other people. They provoke them. It doesn't make any sense to say that to someone who's sitting there struggling. I'm struggling to even complete this research paper. 10 pages. He should be happy that I got A's. Like, come on. That's hard. Being put in that situation, not being able to get rest. I'm only getting what 2 or 3 hours of rest. At times I was getting an hour rest. That's crazy. And I'm not getting any sleep. That's why my body keeps getting, that's why I keep getting sick. I take all my vitamins. I take fish oil. What is this? What's the meaning of this? Why is this happening to me? I tried doing something good because I couldn't get a job. I go to college, like society wants me to, and I can't have a place where I can sit down and concentrate. And it just keeps happening. So I had an oral presentation due. So you know what? My professor, he did something. He said that the presentation, he said people could do presentation on December 9th and 15th. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do my presentation December 9th. Because if I did December 15th, I would be too sick to even present. I don't think the professor would be able to hear me. I would sound weird. He's probably gonna say, "Hey, what do you say?" Because my nose is all stuffy. I'm all congested and I have a headache. It's ridiculous. But that day, December 15th, the Friday of 2023, I was able to submit my research paper, and I was shocked that I got an A. I said, "Wait." He said I was failing. He said I was not doing good in this course, but when I checked Community First, it said I got an A. So I uploaded my grades, and you see, I did my work. I kept up my end, and the people who are around me, like my sister, she just have an attitude towards me, like I did something to her. My father is telling me, "Oh, your sister, she treats you like a stranger." I'm like, what? And then my mom, when she was in the hospital, the last time I spoke to her, January 5th, 2022, she said she would tell me, "You two stop acting like strangers." She said that, that we're strangers, rather than siblings, brother and sister. So my sister's acting awkward, talking weird. Like, for example, when my mom was still here, still kicking, I won't even use the word alive because, if you understand what my term about quantum and being alive and dead, and the whole point, the whole purpose of the management program, you would understand what death means. Because if people realize the concept of death, I think everybody would just stop doing what they do, and there would not be people going to stores anymore. There would not be people doing what they're doing anymore, or being online. They would be scared for their life. They were like, "Wait, this guy here knows what he's talking about. He understands what death means. He understands the purpose of the AI, right? It's maintaining civilization, so he understands what death means." They would stop what they're doing. And that's why the program would go out its way to actually use people. So people would call them perps, use people like pawns to actually remove context from what gang up on me, so they can make me sound like I don't understand what I'm saying, and like I can't think. And my father did that to me last week. He said to me, "Why you haven't?" Because he's talking about moving. Like, he said, "Why didn't you move that? Why didn't you move your things the other day?" "Oh, you can't think?" Like, he gaslight me. That's gaslighting. And that's not just that's like playing mind. He's also trying to plug words into my mind to get me to like deceive myself. It's not just gaslighting. It's a lot. It's more than that. It's like some dark psychology. Make me look like a person who's not capable, like I never thought in my whole entire life. And I'm sick. I'm not. My body is like not. When you're sick as a human being, your body needs to take a break, especially me. If you keep going on and on, and you're only getting 2 hours and 3 hours of rest, you're not going to be able to think clearly, and you're getting sick. Your body's going to break down, and he seems to not understand that. And he's a human being. He talks like a robot. He reminds me of the lady who kept jogging in the park and just bumped into me, and she scraped her knee in the pavement, and her knee's bleeding all over the place, and she's still jogging. How the hell you're still jogging when your knee's all busted up, is bleeding? You're actually making it worse. And she just kept jogging. She even walked. Like, why can't you just walk to the bathroom and disinfect your wound, or go to the corner store across the park, and buy some band-aids and disinfect, at least some alcohol, rubbing alcohol. Why why do this to yourself? That's the way he's behaving is exactly like the lady at the park back in 2002 or three. And he's trying to get me to, my father's trying to make me believe I can't think. Because you know why the program is doing that? Because it sees that I'm getting A's. And it knows that I'm feeling good because I'm looking at my grades and I say, whoa, I got, my GPA is an A. I feel good about myself. I'm an upper senior in college and my GPA is an A. That's crazy. It really shows that I'm putting work here. And he wants to make me look stupid, like I'm not, like I'm unintelligent, like I can't think. And it keeps doing that to me. Everything just happens all at once. And he's retarded. My father's retired. He doesn't go to work. And then he has a friend, a lady that lives in the same area he lives in, and they both talk with one another. And she also gives him like ideas. Like, even though my father is, he smokes and he drinks, the lady feeds him, ideas in his mind. So when he talks to me, he questions me. How come you're not thinking of this? Maybe you should do this. I'm like, wait, how is he thinking this way? Who's making him think? It's the lady, Tracy. Like, if someone was, if someone was around me and they saw what was going on, they would say, you know what? You should stop talking to your father, stop talking to the lady, and do your own thing. Don't let them, maybe you should at least give them some space, because they seem to, want to bring me down. They act like they're helping me, but they're not. They're actually making me feel like something's wrong with me. Like, for example, Tracy, my father's friend, she said to me, she would confront me about my age, but in her mind, she may not sound like she's actually against me, but she sounds like she's helping me in her mind. But in reality, she's actually making me feel terrible about myself. Oh, you're 31 years old. People see you 31 years old. They want to see that you're independent, right? And she misused the term I don't even use the word. It's not a misconception. It's not a misconception. She's just completely just blurted out those words. And independent. They want to see you independent, because in reality, no one's independent. If everybody was independent, then they don't need to use money. We're using money because we depend on other human beings. That means everybody can govern themselves. They all self-governed. I know I'm not able to self-govern myself. I can't even hunt my own food. I can't even go out there and hunt my own food, because if I do, they'll arrest me. And if you do, they arrest you. You can't. This is not a free land. You can't just plant yourself in the parking lot and start, cooking, killing animals and cooking them. People are gonna find you weird. It's not normal. In their minds, they believe that it's real, but it's not. It's just the artificial mind. It works. That's what I'm saying. That's why I know more about the artificial mind. And when I talk about this on the internet, the people want to, tell me I'm a conspiracy theorist or I'm making up stuff to sound intelligent. I have no time for games. You see, when I'm in school, I have no time for games. I'm working hard to get myself in a better situation. But anyway, what time is it? Dang, I have to go. What else I wanted to say? So it's just a terrible semester, man. And you know what? This program, the AI, is doing it the same way it did to me back in November of 2021 with my mom, and I couldn't concentrate on my mom. I knew that something was wrong back in November. Like, I would tell my mom, do you notice the environment? Something's wrong with the environment. I would say that to my mom. It's like someone's remap. I say the word remap. So people use the term, what do you call it? They said that is, they have a different term, but I say remap. Everything occurs at the same time. My mom would say, oh, everything's in sync. Everything's on sync. It's like everything's in sync. It's happening all at once. I say the word remap. The program remap the environment. Everybody correspond with you. And that's what I noticed back in November of 2021. And I wanted to come on, YouTube and talk about it, but I didn't have the time to because of the research papers. And this AI is doing it again. So last week, I spoke to my father on the phone at the doctor's office, and then when he questioned me about, oh, you can't think, and then he said, oh, it's the books, it's the books. He said, oh, because of school. And that's what the AI is doing, is taking advantage of me because it sees that I'm in school working so hard to get myself in a better situation, but in the background, it's lurking in the background, and it's, planning situations at me to make me sound, make me look like a person who's not, concentrating on, what the situation that's happening with, moving. Man, it's very annoying to deal with it. It really tells, for the program to remap the environment, it really means that the people around me are, the people in my environment. It's not, I'm talking about the strangers and everybody. It means that their mind is not healthy, and they have problems. They have behavior problems and mind problems. Like I said, I talk about the people there, like my father's friend. She said independent. They're gonna look at me, it's not just me, it's other people, right? Because if you're 30-something years old and you have not been successful with a job, they have, a mind that thinks that there's something's wrong with your behavior, but it's actually them. Something's wrong with their mind, and you'll get affected. It would affect you. However society thinks would affect you. Like if society ends up with a virus like COVID, it would affect you. The businesses would get affected, banks get affected, your income gets affected. And that's why, the president introduced a stimulus check and such. To actually, to me, it didn't really do much. But yeah, it's to actually straighten the economy. But it just looks weird. The stimulus check to make the economy, to strengthen the economy, in the United States, make it better, make people spend more. And my mom was spending here and there. She was going out here and there. But it made it worse because people are spreading the virus. Even now, there's a virus out there that people are not really aware of. And if people I got sick from it. I was sick with a fever for 2 weeks straight. It didn't go away. It's like COVID, but it's different. And I had headaches. I felt tired. I sleep for like 14 hours or 15 hours. What the hell is that? And then, the citizens, like I said, they're not aware of even if you're a doctor or if you work at the medical field, you're not aware of certain concepts still, and they're taking advantage of it. They know that people don't have that information, and they have all the information. The quantum computers, they know when someone have AIDS or HIV, just like they know they definitely know who had COVID when my mom was around, and they made sure that the person gave my mom COVID at the right time, and they make it set it up to make me look like I gave my mom COVID. But anyway, it's a hell. I experienced hell for the past November, from November all the way to the first week of January. I never seen a shit like this to the point of saying it. I'm just cursing. It's just crazy. I never been in a fucked up situation in my life. Everything occurring at the same time. Like, damn. Wow. And the worst part about it, I end up getting a headache. But what time is it? It's 8:54. I might talk tomorrow if my roommate is not there. But anyway, thanks for watching. To the one person who's there, 2 likes. Thanks for watching. You can follow me on TikTok. I'm not even active on TikTok. I'm not even active on YouTube. I'm not even active online, period. It's ridiculous. But yeah, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.